Partly right, because the rand was up 1% at midday. It did make some great gains later on in the day, but at midday it was up 1% today. And also another currency that's done well is the pound sterling against the US dollar. That's tracking 1% by the end of today if it continues. And oil is also up 1% on supply concerns. But the real reason that I've got this number up on the day is that the International Monetary Fund has raised its forecast for economic growth in South Africa, and our number of the day, 1%, is now what the growth rate is expected. Now, previously, the IMF predicted that the economy would grow by only 0.8% in 2017. So this is pretty good news to see this number here. The better forecast follows signs that the drought has broken in most parts of South Africa, as well as better data that's coming through. But we should bear in mind that 1% growth still means that South Africa is one of the underperformers in Southern Africa and indeed the world. 1% is still nowhere near the growth that's required to deal with poverty. In fact, the National Development Plan talks about 5% or towards 6% to make sure that we deal with inequality and the high unemployment rates that we see in this country. Without growth, South Africa will struggle to contain its debt, which combined with political uncertainty have led to 2 downgrades by credit rating agencies. So 1%, good when you're talking about currencies, good when you're talking about oil, but perhaps not so great when you're talking about an economy that needs to create jobs.